You and I are going to see each other on the tour for the first time in person, which is crazy that we haven't done an interview in person. I mean, we've been talking to each other for years. And there was, you know how like sometimes just the one comment you see online bothers you? And it could be like a total minority comment. And normally I don't pay any mind to these, but this one did bother me. Somebody was like, how can you say you're a good friend of Charlie's when you also openly admitted, when I was on with Tucker the other week, that I never had dinner with Charlie? I would love to speak to that. Like, you and I have never seen each other in person. I consider you a dear friend. I have actual friends in my life who I see socially who I have not explored so many issues with the way you and I talk, whose views on the world and life and love and culture and politics and all of it, I have no idea about in the way I know yours. And like actual friendships can be born in doing what we are doing right here at like really meaningful relationships. God forbid anything were ever to happen to you, I'd be totally fucking devastated. And like, I don't understand why people don't get that. You know, I did see Charlie in person many times and we talked behind the scenes and we did get to know each other very, very well on camera and off, but I never had social time with him in that way, like over a meal. And I think in part because Charlie didn't make any bones about the fact that he kind of had the, whose rule was that? It was Mike Pence, the Mike Pence rule of not spending one-on-one time alone with a woman not named Erica Kirk, which is not a bad policy. Mm-hmm. I've been thinking a lot about it, about the people who come on the show regularly, who I really love, who I am going to see for the first time on this tour. It's meaningful, Glenn, in a way that I can't quite describe, but it is.
I couldn't agree with that more. I feel exactly the same way. And I will say, like, I know you get criticism for having me on or for having Tucker on or for having whoever on. Obviously, you know, people say to me like, oh, you claim that you think what's going on in Gaza is genocide, and you're constantly talking to Megyn Kelly and complimenting her, and she's supportive of Israel, which is ironic that you're getting accused for not when you are actually an Israel supporter. And one of the things that, and I see this in terms of Charlie too, like I didn't know Charlie well, but like he was always extremely generous with me, like very complimentary, just like very friendly, even though we were worlds apart in so many obvious ways. And one of the things I think can happen too, like in terms of online like presentation, is that it's so easy to pick the worst of people or the parts that make them seem the worst and put it together and make it seem like these are horrible people. Like if you're in public life enough, anyone can make you look like a horrible person based on things you've said that are real, that you regret, making things that you said totally out of context. And so when people say to me, like, how can you talk to Megyn Kelly? She supports these things you think are horrible. Like my answer is because I know Megyn Kelly. Like I think she's a very good person, even though we have very strong disagreements that, you know, that we're able to go on and debate often vehemently, and it doesn't affect our relationship with one another. And I think that is what so much of what we're missing, that's so much of what we're missing is the idea of humanity.